When cultural accommodation becomes a national question, Australia was not conquered overnight. It was softened through language, policy fear, institutional silence, and the steady refusal to ask basic questions. Can a civil democracy survive if it keeps accommodating belief systems that do not finally submit to civil law? This episode begins with the pressure many Australians already feel but struggle to name. Streets change, schools change, councils change, public language changes, religious sensitivity changes, religious sensitivity becomes policy caution, and integration becomes a forbidden word. And slowly, citizens are told that noticing the change is the real problem. The issue's not ordinary Muslims living peacefully under Australian law. The issue is whether Australian governments and institutions have created conditions where religious cultural systems can expand influence while public scrutiny is treated as hostility, and the distinction matters. The democratic nation can protect religious freedom, but it cannot surrender legal supremacy. It can respect cultural background, but it cannot allow parallel moral authorities to quietly pressure schools, councils, police, workplaces, media, and public institutions. The danger is not merely Sharia as a legal code. The deeper danger is institutional submission before Sharia ever becomes visible law. And when governments avoid the question, when universities soften language, when councils accommodate without scrutiny, when media refuses honest examination, when citizens fear being branded for asking lawful questions, the conflict's no longer only religious, it becomes civilizational. Now, the series that I've created will examine immigration policy, multicultural accommodation, institutional fear, religious freedom, social cohesion, women's safety, free speech, and the rule of law. And the central question, viewers, is not hatred. The central question is governance. Who has final authority in Australia? Democratic civil law or religious cultural pressure that institutions are too afraid to confront? If Australia cannot answer the question clearly, then the conflict has already moved beyond opinion. It has entered the structure of the nation.